I know it may seem kind of cold-blooded, but you have to let the people that wronged you, you have to let them go and let them be as if they're dead to you. You might ask yourself, why? I once cared about this person. I once wanted them to be in my life. I once really genuinely wanted what was best for them. That may be true. And then they showed their true colors, right? They showed just how little they actually care about you. They showed just how insignificant you really are in their life. And you showed them compassion. But to be fair, showing them compassion, the people that could not care less about who you are and what you are and where you're going, those people, it's like giving water to a rock, pouring on the rock, expecting the rock to grow. It's not how things work. In fact, it'll erode the rock. And the rock is not going to move. It's not going to grow. It's not going to be that luscious, beautiful sunflower plant and flower that you really want to see. It simply is not. The truth is that they need you more than you need them. And I'm not saying that there aren't skills that people have that you cannot benefit from learning. And I'm not saying that you're perfect. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that there's not room for improvement, because this is a self-improvement and self-motivational and self-inspirational channel. However, you are spiritually more alive. Your energy is higher. You have a vibrance to you that cannot be denied. There's something about you that they can't really put a finger on what it is about you, but you've got that it factor. Because you're the one that's putting in the spiritual work, the emotional inner work. And the truth is when you do this, you're going to have a natural ability to counsel yourself to health, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. All of these things are tied together. And the people that didn't take you seriously, the people that are not consistent in your life, they're the ones you need to let go of. You know, Jesus says, let the dead bury the dead, and let the dead bury their dead. And what that really means is that if somebody's on the path to spiritual death and you want to save them, you're actually doing yourself harm. If you are not on the path to spiritual life. If you are on this path to spiritual life, there is a possibility you can point the people on the path to spiritual death towards the light. But there's no map that you can give them. Truth is based on somewhat of a mystery. You don't know where it comes from or how it gets there, but you always know when it shows up. Right? That's how truth works. And so No, you're not going to be perfect on this spiritual path, but you should strive for being better every day. I'm going through a really big learning curve right now in my professional life. A lot of the things that I'm learning are very new to me. And a lot of the things that I'm learning, I kind of feel like I don't know what I'm doing. And I noticed that it was making me uncomfortable because I'm so used to knowing what I'm doing, being where I need to be. And now I'm having to figure out a little bit more, and I have a little bit of a learning curve. But that's the point, right? Like, this is the point, is to take on a little bit more challenging things and to do more challenging things in the hopes that you will one day become a professional at those things that you were not professional in at one point in time. And so when the people around you are not being consistent or professional in their relationships, because relationships are business to some degree, right? Like, there is this strange, what would you say? It's a strange connection between the people that you associate yourself with and the network that you have compared to your net worth. If you are involved with somebody that is not financially stable or that is not financially grounded, then, and they spend a lot of money on material things, or if they just eat too much, or really any of the 7 deadly sins, if they partake in any of those 7 deadly sins too much, they're going to impact all areas of your life. And when you're not making yourself the point of origin of your existence, specifically as a man, and you teach, and society teaches men to be almost like C level, C minus level women, and society teaches women to be C minus level men, there's not going to be a lot of A's out there. There's not going to be a lot of B's out there. People are not going to even know what it's like to strive to have a B or an A in your masculinity or femininity, metaphorically speaking. And no matter what gender you are, you can act consistently in some way, shape, or form. And if you're not acting consistently, I have no need to take you seriously. And I have no need to take you into account as part of my inner circle in my life, or even part of my circle in general. If you're not wanting to just be better as an individual, and if you're not making steps to be better, there's literally no reason for you to be around me. And vice versa. There's no reason for me to be around you. In fact, I don't even want to look your way if you're not improving yourself in some way, shape, or form. And I also don't want to look your way if you're a degenerate. At the gym recently, I'll tell you, I don't get these people. I can meet some really nice people at the gym, people that are working hard, doing their thing, and then other times I'm just working out, and then I'm hearing the person next to me talk on their machine to this other person. I'm just like, what? Huh? What did you say? You didn't just say that. You didn't just do that. This this gal was talking about how she used to party a lot. She looks like 25 or so, 26. And she used to party a lot in her younger 20s. She used to party a lot. And now she's looking for quality. Now, don't get me wrong. She's an attractive woman. Very attractive woman. But I guarantee you, if she partied a lot, and look, I'm not saying people can't change their ways. Of course you can change your ways. What I'm saying is, you can't change what happened. It is what it is. And it was what it was. And so when you talk to your friend about how you used to party a lot and you used to sleep with random guys and you don't even remember some of their names, ha 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 ha. But now you want quality? Oh, really? Now the degenerates want quality. You must be out of your mind. You must be out of your fucking mind. Whoever does, if there's a simp out there that takes this woman, which she's probably only going to be able to get a simp later on, and somebody that she doesn't respect, because no person of quality is going to want somebody that doesn't even remember the names of the people she slept with in the past. Because what's to say, and who's to say that's not going to be the same thing that happens to you? The next guy. Right? And so that's part of the consistency thing. Now, if you had a few relationships by the time you're 25, and you haven't slept around a lot as a woman, even as a man, you haven't slept around a lot, but you've been in a few relationships and you've developed a certain kind of maturity, the likelihood of you getting a successful relationship in the near future is very probable. If you've done the inner work and you're staying consistent in your life now, and you're not forgetting the names of who you slept with. I still can't believe they would say that. But and they laugh about it. It's like these you men out there need to be wary of these kinds of women that are very attractive. But 50 Cent also talks about this as well. He's like, I love beautiful women. I love them curvy. I love them skinny. I love them tall. I love them short. I love them all this way. But if they're really pretty, I want you over there. Because if you get anywhere near me, things are probably going to get fucked up in my life. And I think that's very, very true. Because most of the beautiful women that are around today know that they're beautiful because of social media and all the attention that they can get. And there's nothing wrong with being confident in your beauty and anything like that, or just, it's a calm confidence that's attractive, and a kind of innocence in the confidence that's attractive, not the arrogance part, but that most women have now. But that's what's most attractive. And so there's a kind of consistency that needs to happen in the course of those events. And then the same thing with the men. It's the you have to learn how to be consistent. And honestly, I would recommend men, if you're in your 20s, Like, don't even consider looking for a girlfriend if you don't have your life together. And the reason for that is because when I made that decision about a year and a half ago, everything changed for me. And I've only gone up. I've made more money. I've saved more money. I've been able to learn more about myself. I've been able to learn a lot of different kinds of skills. I've been learning a lot of different new skills. As I mentioned before, with learning more in my professional part of my life right now, I'm learning a lot more about that and how to conduct myself more. I'm learning more about my inner spiritual relationship to God. I'm learning more about how to build better relationships across the board. Because here's the thing. If those same men and women that have wronged you in the past through whether it was a intimate relationship or whether it was a friend or whatnot, they don't really know what it's like to go through what you're going through. How could they? They're not of God in the sense that they're pursuing and seeking God. They're probably not reading any kind of scriptures. They're probably not, and I'm not saying you have to read the scriptures in order to be spiritual. I'm just saying that because religious people piss me the fuck off. I really don't like religious people at this point in my life. I don't like it at all. It's like, you can keep talking all you want about what verse means what, but how are you going to use the verses to help people in a sincere fashion without asking for something in return in regards to material wealth, specifically as a church, like tithing? Like, we have enough churches, right? What people need is therapy. Like, truly, what people need right now is therapy, lifting weights, going to the gym, making money, and learning how to make money. First of all, learning how to build a proper foundation in your life to create a spiritual foundation of respect or nothing. Because if you don't have people in your life that respect you, you're not going to be able to get very far. And so you might need periods of isolation where you just need to be alone. And there's might be times where God might be calling you to get out into the community. Because sometimes, as the most introverted people, spiritual awakened ones are, we are called to do the most extroverted feeling and extroverted thinking types of actions in the world. So if you're a highly critical thought leading individual, the chances are that you're going to be doing a lot of external work is highly likely. Even though you may not want to be. But that's just going to be the way things are. So you have to learn how to acknowledge whether somebody's being consistent or not. Because if you're just getting over a narcissistic relationship or any kind of toxic relationship, the chances of you not being in congruence with reality is very high. You are not in the rhythm of life. You are missing out on certain parts of the conversation, conversation, you might have like little bits of just moments where you miss what happened in the conversations. You might just not understand what it's like to be you right now because you're dealing with all of the complex trauma. So you have to learn how to heal from that so that you can recognize when somebody is being consistent or not. And if people are not being consistent in my life, you're cut from the team, bro. I don't care how long I've known you or where we've gone and where we've been together. If you are no longer being consistent on the team, I don't want you on my team. I don't want you anywhere near my team. If you're not thinking about it from like a basketball perspective, if you're a free agent now and some new rookie or like second or third year can come in and replace you and get better scoring numbers, better assists, better rebounds, better defense, and they might even cost less money right now for their salary. And you as a free agent, you're wanting to sign for 4 more years or whatever, or 2 more years for X amount of money that's significantly more than this other person, but you're not performing. I'm going to choose the second or third year over you. Somebody else is going to replace you. There's only a certain amount of spots on the roster for a team, right? So you've got to have a knowledge of who to place where and at what time and where people are at in their life and how they're performing. And if they're not performing, it's cut time. So don't take people that are not consistent in your life seriously, because they don't take you seriously. That's for sure. And let the dead bury their dead. Again, I know it sounds harsh, but sometimes that's just the way things have to be. I hope this message was insightful and informative. Until next time, peace be with you.